What is going on, guys? It is Sam, the Raid Man. Today I want to talk about the tool that I get the most questions about, which is the Deadwood Jedi calculator for Clan Boss. I am the Clan Boss guy, or one of the Clan Boss guys. Now that Deadwood's not really doing this anymore. I do most of my takeovers that I do are for Clan Boss. Also, if you're interested, they are free. There's just a queue. You can join my Discord and message me. But I want to show you how to use the calculator to see if your speed tune is working or how to build a speed tune. So to do that, you simply just want to open up a new tab, go to deadwoodjedi.com. Should take you here. Some of this is up and running, some of it's not, but the speed tunes and the Clan Boss calculator, that's the two areas we're going to focus on today. We'll get into the nitty gritty of the calculator in a minute, but I want to talk about speed tunes really quickly. If you hover over speed tunes, you can see general tunes, champion specific speed tunes. If you just pulled your first, man eater and you want to do that, you can find it here, your first Amytha, something like that. There's a lot of champions that are big parts of speed tunes that just aren't listed. I think it hasn't been updated, but you can also just click into speed tunes. And if you do that, it'll take you to this gigantic list. I believe the ones at the top are the newest additions to the website. But you can see some different categories, the type, whether it's unkillable, traditional, difficulty. This is how difficult it is to build and to speed tune. The key performance, this is like a rough estimate of how, what can you do? Can you get a 1 key for Ultra Nightmare? Can you not? And then does it work on all affinities or not? Like this one's void only. That's a very tough speed tune. Not something you want to run very often, but you can also search for them, or you can go to the champion specific speed tunes. This is your chance to get a free Karato Fox Hunter by clicking the link in the description now. You will get Karato as well as 3 amazing epics, Fane, Ugo, and Vergis. I have 4 simple steps for you to redeem this code. Step 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Step 2, click on the link in the description of this video and register with a brand new email address. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Final step, go to your inbox and collect your champions. This is your chance to get a great head start in Raid, so make sure you click on this link. You can use filters here. I think that's very, very cool. So what I want to do is, let's say I want to filter for a 1 key Ultra Nightmare, all affinities with Amytha. And you click filter, and then it's going to narrow that down. So these are ones that he believes you can get a 1 key Ultra Nightmare, all of the different varying difficulties, and they'll work for all affinities. So I'll be like, okay, Myth Air, that's a pretty simple one. Maybe we'll focus on this one today. Here's a video from Deadwood Jedi himself, or I believe typically from him, or maybe if someone else created the team, it'll show their video on how to run this. It's got a little overview. So full auto affinity friendly team that used Mythic block damage to stay unkillable. Deacon and Seeker push turn meter. And Eris cleanses debuffs while bringing a speed buff. Achieving a 1 key Ultra Nightmare with this team requires high end gear. That's less true nowadays with things like blessings and empowerment, but still relevant. And then again at the top, unkillable, hard, 1 key Ultra Nightmare, all affinities. Then it's got the team composition, and this is where you're going to find out the speeds that you need to run. But take everything you see here with a grain of salt, because sometimes there's wiggle room. Sometimes there's a range here. This means that there's not a range. This means it's pretty exact. We need Amytha to be pretty much 274. And RSP 245, not a lot of wiggle room. He goes in very bit detail. I'm not going to talk about all of this, but definitely read everything he has here. There are some math things here to troubleshoot if you're having issues with a team. So then at the bottom, this is the most important section. This is what version of the team you're running, and this will take you to the calculator. So the version of this team, the regular Myth Air that runs on Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal with the same setup, you can click on this one. If you're running Ninja, this one works on Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal. And if you're running Gentoro, this one works on Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal. All of them are different. They have different setups. So we'll just go to the regular one. We'll click on this and it will take us to the calculator. So this has got the 4 champions from the speed tune, and he uses Warboy as a placeholder. This doesn't Warboy. This can be anybody except for Ninja, Gentoro. Those champions are a little bit different. There are just some champions that are difficult to tune, and there's some champions that straight up don't work, like champions that get extra turns. But you can put a Geomancer in here, you can put a Fane in here, an Anax in here, there's lots of Phoenix in here, there's lots of champions you can use. And it is important, that'll be the first thing I talk about, to be very precise with your stats. So for example, Warboy, I don't think I even have a Warboy because he's a common champion. I think he's from the Orc faction. He is a base speed of 91, and so these stats matter a lot. And so if I change my Warboy, who says he's 157, we have a speed aura from Deacon that's being calculated in. We're gonna check a lot of math, so stay tuned. Lock in. So 157 means with his base speed and the speed aura we have, his true speed, which is the number that matters the most for when they're taking turns, is 174.29. So if I change this from Warboy to Phoenix with a still 157 speed, meaning Warboy with his gear says 157, Phoenix with his gear says 157, Phoenix is actually faster, he's 175.24, and that kind of thing can make a difference, depending on how small the range is and how close you are. If it says 207 to 210, and your champion's now 210.11 or something like that, he could be off of the speed tune. Things like that really do matter. I see these issues all the time. First, let's talk about the calculator itself, what it's showing you and what it means. So if you start at the very top, this is your first turn. Turn count 0, your first turn before the clan boss has taken a turn. That's how these turns happen. When you're in the clan boss and it says turn count 37, that means that the clan boss has taken 37 turns. So this is turn count 0, your first turn before the clan boss goes. This is what you do. These things on the right of the column are what abilities they're using. So Demytha starts with her A3, which places block buffs and continuous heal. Eris is going to take her turn. You can see block buffs is going to, or block damage is going to fall off, not block buffs. Block damage is going to fall off. Continuous heal, and then she's placing increased speed. Deacon's going to go. He's got a continuous heal from Demytha, increased speed from Eris, and block damage is falling off. That's why the icon is grayed out. But like on Demytha, you can see that it's bold. And then Phoenix goes last with his A3 or whatever, and then the clan boss goes with his first AoE. Then the second one starts. Demytha goes with her A2, increased speed. Everyone goes. Seeker takes his double turn here, blah, blah, blah. The turn ends with Demytha placing block damage, protecting everyone. Then after that, it goes into your regular set, which is Eris, all of them, Seeker double turn, Deacon double turn, Demytha ends with the A3. And then that will happen every single turn after that. You can see that all of these are identical. Eris first, Demytha last, all across the board, these are the same. If you do not see this, for example, we start messing with some of the speed tunes and then things are different, the speed tune is off, right? And that was just me messing with Seeker's speeds. So this shows you what abilities they're using and when they're using it and then what happens. So this is what you can see. When you click onto one of these links, it will always take you to a speed tune that is set up correctly. So what I like to do is I have the correct one here with, War Boy or whatever. And then I go over here to my right side, I put my Phoenix in, and then I start messing with my gear. So my Deacon's actually 184 and he's got 2 speed sets and Lord of Steel. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was close enough. But you can see that the speed tune is off. Demytha is not going last. These are not the same 3 times. So what's going on? I need my Deacon to be 185 speed. So then we're back on sync. Let me put in my Eris's gear. She's 247. She's got 1 speed set and Lord of Steel. We're still good. All right, let me put in my Seeker's gear. He's in 1 speed set and he's 175 with Lord of Steel. We're good. Okay. My Phoenix, we're gonna say he's 154, perception twice and speed. Kind of keep scrolling. Is Eris going first? Is Demytha going last? Okay, we're good. Now, one thing to mention, let's just put in Demytha. Let's see if we can find like the edge number for her. It looks like her range goes up a lot. So she's 292, 1 speed, 1 Lord of Steel. Just mess around with these numbers here, basically. So you can kind of use this number, this tool, and tweak around. Okay, Demytha can go up to 292. This person can go down to this number. One thing to call your attention to with this specific tune and with any tune, pay attention to what the website says, because this might work for Ultra Nightmare. But now, if we change this from Ultra Nightmare at the top to Nightmare, it might not work anymore. Now Deacon's going last. Demytha's not going last. If we go back to the original tune and we change it to Nightmare, nothing changes. We change it to Brutal, nothing changes. This works. This specific speed set works on all 3 affinities, or all 3 difficulties and all affinities, right? It does not matter. So that is big. When we go to this other one, we might switch it to, we're on Ultra Nightmare, it's working. We might switch it to Spirit, and then it might stop working. It shouldn't in this one because Eris is going first to remove that speed debuff, decrease speed. But things like that will mess it. So you can change the difficulty up here, and you can also change the affinity. So if you do not have a cleanser in your team, for example, then you can see the decreased speed will happen on Spirit, and then your run will start going poorly and start falling apart. The reason it's important to put the sets in the Lord of Steel or not in here is because these percentages matter. So right now you can see my Demytha is technically 311.32. If I take off Lord of Steel, she's 311.71, and that changes things, right? We go from in tune to out of tune. That's less than 0.4 difference in terms of true speed, but that makes a difference in this exact run. So you have to be exact. You have to go to your champions. Do they have Lord of Steel? What sets do they have? And that's one issue I've run into recently is there's so many new sets that give like partial ones, like 5% speed or 10% speed or 12% speed. You're just gonna have to be creative. So if something gives you 5% speed and it's not perception, I just say it's perception, right? If something gives you 12% speed and it's not a speed set, I just say it's speed. As long as it is giving you that percentage of speed, the calculator will work the same with a speed set or a perception set. There's lots of different combinations in here. I have not found any combinations that I cannot find in the calculator, but that is very, very important. The base speed should never really change unless maybe your champion's a 5-star and their base speed goes up to 6-star, but that's very, very rare. And then one of the last things I call it, one of the most important things is, do you have any area bonuses? This has wrecked me, and this has wrecked plenty of people that have messaged me. If I go to, I don't think I do, but we'll check it out. My total stats, my Gallius is 163 because he's not geared. If I go to Demon Lord, he's also 163, right? So I have area bonuses, but none of them are speed. But for example, let's pretend that this was my bonus, and I have 12 speed like I do in Hydra. All your champions will be 12 speed off. I did that where I was just kind of manually building them all at one side, and I built them all, and then I was like, wait a second, something's happening. And it's because I did not count that area bonus in. So if you have area bonuses, first of all, I'd recommend you not put stuff into speed for Demon Lord. If you want to put stuff, put it elsewhere. I've been messing around with my world record team, so I've started to invest a little bit, or my attempt at a world record team. But I will not put speed on here. So that is another thing to consider. The next thing I would say is if you're having specific issues with the calculator, please message me. Obviously you can try and reach out to Deadwood, but he's a much busier man than I am, and I'm more than happy to help you. But I want to show you how this works. Also, if you want to look at like a very basic 1-to-1 ratio, we can look at one of those. The basic one, this is like the base for every speed tune in the game. So if you just wanted to build like a very simple starter team or like a Wixwell team, you can do this. Everyone just needs to be between 171 and 209 for Ultra Nightmare. We can click on that, and then you can just see what this looks like. You can plug in your own champions and start testing things. This is very, very simple. You can mess around with the speeds, and this is a good way to get used to using the Deadwood Jedi calculator. It doesn't talk about it too much on the website, but basically some of the big no-nos with building a clan boss team is none of the masteries that reset skill cooldowns for champions that are part of speed tune. So Deacon, Demitha, Heiress, and Seeker for the Myth Air team. Those are the 4 that we cannot have them randomly reducing skill cooldowns because we need them to do their skills at an exact precise moment. So if they have Cycle of Magic, your speed tune will fail. I promise you. It might take 40 turns, it might take 2 turns, it will fail. Some champions like Renegade, for example, can do Cycle of Violence. They will hit themselves basically, and this will exceed 30% of their max health and reset their skill cooldowns. So that's an issue. Anything that grants extra turn meter, always a no for any champion in a speed tune. Rapid response, when a buff expires, will give that person extra turn meter. That will throw the order off. That's bad. Arcane Celerity gives you turn meter when a debuff expires. That is bad. That will throw your speed tune off. Those are the 2 biggest ones. And then Cycle of Magic. Do not have those. There is another one that grants turn meter somewhere. I don't remember what it is, but there is another one that grants turn meter. Nothing that gives you extra turn meter. No sets that give you extra turn meter. A very common one that I have seen is the set, which is the Slayer set, which gives you turn meter when you hit AoE. It is 4-piece Slayer, fills the champion's turn meter by 5% per the first hit on each enemy from AoE attacks. So let's use Hellcat for example, he has an AoE. He has an AoE hit right here. If he is in 4-piece Slayer, this hit will give him 5% turn meter. And after like 2 uses of that, the speed tune is off. Hellcat will not go when he needs to. Your team will die. So be very, very cognizant of things like that. I think I have a video out there like top 10 mistakes that make clan boss teams fall apart. You guys can watch that. But there are lots and lots of no-nos on there. Those are some of the biggest masteries. Any blessing that gives you turn meter or relic that gives you turn meter, that can also throw off your speed tune. And as far as speed tunes go, you want it to be very basic, very simple. You want to build your team and not touch it. Unless you're pursuing a world record or you're constantly tweaking it. You want to find your myth area, your 1 key, all affinities, multiple difficulties, team, do the auto, the 1 click, and then you're good to go. That is what I recommend. If you're looking to get that done, again, please feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'm more than happy to help you build that team or just to answer your questions about the calculator. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys. It's a complicated tool, but it is an amazing tool with lots and lots of awesome functionalities. I don't know where I would be without it. So shout out to the boy Deadwood. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more daily raid content, and I'll see you on the next one.